If your insurance bill went up and you just paid it without asking any questions, this video is for you. Because listen, groceries have went up, utilities have gone up, car notes have gone up, home expenses have gone up, and for a lot of people, insurance has gone up as well. But here's the problem. Too many people get the renewal notice, see the higher premium, complain about it, and then they still renew automatically. And I get it. Life is busy. You have work, you have family, you have responsibilities. And sometimes it feels easier to just let the policy renew and move on. But if your paycheck is already being stretched, you cannot afford to let every bill increase without at least reviewing it. So in this video, I want to walk you through 5 tips to lower your insurance premium before it renews. This is not about cutting important protection just to save a few dollars. This is about being aware, asking better questions, comparing your options, and making sure you're not overpaying simply because you did not check. Because your paycheck needs a plan, and sometimes creating more breathing room starts by reviewing the bills you have been ignoring. One of the things I've learned over the years is you cannot assume your current insurance rate is the best rate. You may have been with the same company for years. You may have bundled your home and auto. You may have a good payment history. You may have never filed a claim, but that does not mean you're getting the best price available to you right now. Rates change, companies change, your situation changes, your coverage needs change. And sometimes the only reason you are still paying what you're paying is because you have not reviewed it. This is why I believe every year, or at least every 2 years, you should take some time to review your insurance. Auto insurance, homeowners insurance, renters insurance, business insurance if you have it. Anything that is pulling money from your paycheck on a regular basis needs to be reviewed, not because you're trying to be cheap, but because you're trying to be wise. Proverbs 27:23 says, "Be diligent to know the state of your flocks and attend to your herds." In today's language, part of that means knowing the state of your money, knowing the state of your bills, knowing the state of your household, and even knowing the state of the things that you're responsible for. So let's walk through 5 things to check before you renew your auto insurance. The first tip is simple. Do not auto renew without reviewing the increase. I know auto renewal is convenient, and sometimes convenient is helpful, but convenience can also cause you to overlook increases that are quietly taking more of your money. Before your policy renews, look at the new premium. Compare it to what you paid before. Ask yourself, how much did it increase? Did anything change in my policy? Did my deductible change? Did my coverage change? Did my discounts change? Is this increase due to something specific, or is it just a general rate increase? Sometimes we look at the monthly amount and think, well, it only went up a little bit. But a small monthly increase can add up over the course of a year. If your insurance went up by $30 a month, that is $360 a year. If it went up by $50 a month, that is $600 a year. If multiple bills are doing that at the same time, now your paycheck is under real pressure. That is why you do not just want to accept the renewal without looking at it. The first move is awareness. Before you renew, review. Or repeat that. Before you renew, review. And if this is already helping you to think differently about your paycheck, your bills, your next money move, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I'm creating practical, faithful-led videos for working professionals who want more clarity, more options, and more freedom without moving recklessly. And if you already know that one paycheck has too much power in your life, I also have a free training linked in the description called The 7 Biggest Mistakes Keeping You Trapped in the 9 to 5 Paycheck Cycle. You do not have to wait until the end of this video to check it out, but stay with me because these next tips can help you know what to look at before your next insurance renewal. The second tip is shop around before your renewal date. Do not wait until the last minute. If your policy renews in 2 days, you are probably going to feel rushed. And rushed decisions are not always wise decisions. Instead, give yourself time. Start looking at your renewal notice early, and typically they send this out at least 30 days prior. Then get quotes from other companies. You can contact different insurance companies directly. You can also work with an independent agent who can compare multiple companies for you. You can use online quote tools. The point is this: do not assume the company you're with right now is still the best fit. And also do not assume that the cheapest quote is automatically the best option. You want to compare the premium, but you also want to compare coverage because saving money does not help if you're removing protection that you actually need. So when you compare quotes, try to compare them apples to apples. same type of coverage, similar deductibles, similar limits, similar property information, similar vehicles. That way, you're not just looking at a lower number. You are looking at whether you're getting the right value. One quote may be cheaper because it gives you less coverage. Another quote may be slightly higher, but gives you better protection. That is why I want you to slow down and compare. The goal is not just to pay less. The goal is to pay wisely. Now, the third tip is this: review your coverage and deductibles. A lot of people have insurance policies that they do not fully understand. They know they have coverage, they know the payment comes out, but they may not know what is actually included. Before you renew, ask questions like, what exactly does this policy cover? What does it not cover? What is my deductible? Could changing my deductible lower my premium? Do I have coverage I no longer need? Am I missing coverage I actually do need? Does my coverage limit still make sense for my current situation? For example, your life may not look the same as it did 3 years ago. You may have moved, you may have paid off a vehicle, you may have added a driver, you may have changed jobs, you may be driving less, you may be working from home more, you may have made updates to your home, you may have bought new items that need to be protected. Your insurance should fit your current life, not an old version of your life. Now, I'm not telling you to go lower your coverage without understanding the risk. That is why you should talk to a licensed insurance professional. But I am saying you do need to understand what you are paying for, because sometimes people are overpaying because they never review. And sometimes people are underprotected because they never review. Both can cost you. All right, so let's move on to tip number 4. Ask about discounts you may have been missing. Sometimes your insurance company has discounts available, but you may not be receiving them. And sometimes you do not get the discount unless you ask or update your information. So before you renew, ask about discounts for things like bundling home and auto, good driving history, defensive driving courses, vehicle safety features, anti-theft devices, paperless billing, automatic payments, paying the premium in full, good student discounts if you have a student driver, low mileage, home security systems, smoke detectors, roof updates, claims-free history, loyalty discounts, military, employer, alumni, or professional association discounts. Now, not every company offers the same discounts, and not every person will qualify for every discount. But you will not know what is available unless you ask. So when you call, do not just say, why did my bill go up? Ask, can you review my policy and tell me if there are any discounts I may be missing? That one question can make a difference. It may not always lower the bill, but it is worth asking, because sometimes you're not overpaying because the company is doing something wrong. Sometimes you're overpaying because your information is outdated or nobody has reviewed your policy in a while. And I want to pause here because this connects to something bigger. This is not just about insurance. This is about knowing what is happening with your money and giving your paycheck a clearer assignment. That is one reason why I created the Freedom Clarity Kit. Because before you start chasing another idea or assuming that you just need to make more money, sometimes you need to get clear on where you are, what you have, what you need, and what your next wise move is. The Freedom Clarity Kit helps you look at your freedom number, your personal assets, your readiness, and your next step. You can access the free training through the link in the description, and after you register, you have an option to grab the kit for just $27. Now let's keep going because tip number 5 is important. Tip number 5 is this: check whether bundling still makes sense. A lot of people bundle their home and auto because they were told bundling saves money. And sometimes it does. Bundling can be a good thing, but it is not always automatically the best deal forever. What may have been the best deal 2 or 3 years ago may not necessarily be the best deal today. So before you renew, compare. Ask your current company, what am I saving by bundling? Then ask, what would these policies cost separately? Then compare that with other companies. Sometimes keeping everything together may still be the best option, but sometimes you may find that separating policies or moving one policy gives you a better overall result. And again, this is not about jumping from company to company recklessly. It is about making an informed decision, because loyalty does not always mean you are getting the best price. And new customer pricing does not always mean you're getting the best value. You have to compare, you have to ask, you have to review, and you have to make sure the decision still fits your household. So here's a bonus tip. If you are able to lower your insurance premium, do not let the savings disappear. Give that money an assignment. If you save $25 a month, that may not sound huge, but that is $300 a year. If you save $50 a month, that is $600 a year. If you save $100 a month, that is $1,200 a year. That money can go towards an emergency fund. It can go towards paying down debt. It can go towards building a cushion. It can go towards your Freedom Clarity Kit. It can go towards starting an income option. Ultimately, it can go towards something that can help you create more breathing room. But if you do not assign it, it will disappear into regular spending. So the goal is not just to lower a bill, the goal is to use the breathing room wisely. That is how you begin to shift from reacting to your paycheck to leading your paycheck. So let's recap the 5 tips. Number 1, do not auto renew without reviewing the increase. Look at what changed before you accept the new amount. Number 2 is this: shop around before your renewal date. Give yourself time to compare quotes and coverage. Number 3, review your coverage deductibles. Make sure your policy still fits your current life. Number 4, ask about discounts you may be missing. Do not assume that every discount has already been applied. And number 5, check whether bundling still makes sense. Bundling can help, but it is still worth reviewing. And remember the bonus tip: use any savings with intention. Do not let the savings disappear. Give it a job. If this video has helped you, I want you to do 3 things. First, subscribe to the channel. I'm creating more practical, faith-led videos to help working professionals make wiser moves with their paycheck, money, career, and income options. Second, if you know one paycheck has too much power in your life, register for my free training: the 7 biggest mistakes keeping you trapped in the 9-to-5 paycheck cycle. The link will be in the description. And after you register, you'll also have the opportunity to grab the Freedom Clarity Kit for only $27. The kit helps you to get clear on your freedom number, your personal assets, your readiness, and your next wise move. And third, let me know in the comments if this type of video was helpful. Do you want to go deeper in insurance, subscriptions, budgeting, money leaks, or other bills that may be putting pressure on your paycheck? Put your question in the comments because I read them, and your question may become a future video. Now remember, before you accept a higher insurance bill, review it. Ask questions, compare options, check your coverage, look for discounts, and steward your paycheck with wisdom. Because your paycheck can be a part of your plan, but one paycheck should not be your whole plan. All right, guys, my name is Chiquita Robertson. I hope this video has been a blessing to someone, and until next time, you all be blessed.